Alright, hey everybody. I decided to start here in the hallway because I wanted you to see how these kittens react. That's why I was quiet too. I didn't want to say anything and start them up. When I go in the door though, they usually jump up and come to see me. Let's see if they'll... Well, this one just immediately... Hi buddy. These two are also going to now get up and... Hi, I'm in here. Yes. Their mom too, of course. She's right here. Hi. I just wanted you to see how they all come running over every time I come in the room. Even the little girl now. She's still the most, I guess independent is the word I would use though. She's sister and is the one that's usually, she's kind of reluctant to want to hang out. Compared to the others, I mean, she still totally wants to hang out all the time. But the others come running. She's usually the last one. Anyway, yeah, it's been a couple days since we've done a close-up, so I figured it was time. Hi, kids. Their mom's also being very sweet. I've been spending beanbag time with her, and if I come in the room and sit down in the beanbag, she comes to me now and gets in my lap and wants to do nothing but snuggle for just as long as I will let her do it, which is really sweet. And it's rare, too, for a mom cat. There have been very few mom cats that... really want just total lap time all the time like she does. Although most of them will take some of it, you know. It's rare to have one where I'm the one who has to be like, okay, I'm done now, I have to go. So she's also, though, she's still a little spicy, especially if I get up and I'm talking and I'm walking around. So I'm sorry in advance if she decides that she wants to start hissing at me once we really get into this. Hi, you gonna climb up here? But I think we do need to weigh these kids, and the scale's on the other side of the room. So let's see if we can carefully walk over there. She's okay. Nope, not okay. When she starts moving fast like that, that's when I start to worry. She's still okay right now. But the more stuff I do and the more stuff I move around, the more she's going to start to get concerned, I think. That's the Japanese bath that came in the mail bag. I still have to put that out. Maybe today. Oh. Okay. Hey. Yes, well, you are a sweetheart. You really are. I know. All that you want is love. I get that. But the way you ask for it sometimes is inappropriate. I saw somebody ask, is Mom chubby? Yeah, she's a big cat. She's also one of the biggest, sort of roundest mom cats that we've ever had, especially, post-pregnancy and when she's still nursing kittens. Most mom cats that we have are more in the, I'd say 7 to 8 pound range. Some are even lighter than that. So you picture a 7 or 8 pound cat, it's pretty small. She's easily 12 pounds. She's one of the heavier cats in the entire house, in fact. And I think that's just the way she is. She's just a kind of a big, chunky cat. So I also think she's a little older than some of the mom cats that we've had, which is interesting. And it kind of suggests, although there's no hard rule about this, but it kind of suggests that she didn't start having litters until she was a little bit older, because most of the time, I think the reason so many of our mom cats that come in are small is because when they start having babies, they usually stop growing, and most of them start just as soon as possible, which is, 6 months to a year, so they don't ever get much bigger than big kittens themselves. What are you doing on there, buddy? This is Beryl is probably the number one most social, and then I would say that Silo, the boy, comes in a close second, and then of course the little girl, Cistern, is more independent than that. She kind of does her own thing most of the time. DJ is crazy about little Beryl. Let's start by weighing little Beryl here, and just wants to have Beryl come and hang out all of the time. I can't. My screen is a little mixed up. Okay, hang on. Let's start. Let's do this first. 21.0. All right, 21 ounces. That sounds good. I'm going to try to fix my screen so that I can see a little better what I'm doing and what you guys are saying. Hopefully I don't break anything here, which is totally possible. Okay. Yeah, I guess that'll have to do. That's not bad. At least I can see what's going on a little better. Okay, now let's take a look at the boy. This is Silo. He's the only boy in the class. Oh, that's not. This is. Hi, buddy. Focus. There we go. Come look at the camera again. Hi, buddy. Okay. He weighs 25.3. Okay, good. Just, it's a good weight. I've said this in one of the micros, but I don't think I've said it in one of the close-ups yet. We've been having sort of spa time with these kids, too, where we've been bringing them individually, one at a time, to visit us in the master bedroom. It's something we like to do to socialize them, and also we turn the TV on and get it going in there, and that way they get exposed to some of that noise and have a good experience with that. And they're all doing very well with it. And as you would guess, when we do that, oh, hang on, okay, 25.1 for Cistern. Hi, Cistern. Can we take a look at your face? I know you were right in the middle of eating. Hi. She's like, no, I want to go back to my mom. I know. Well, that's what I was talking about. She does love to snuggle, don't get me wrong. She really does. But compared to the other two, she's kind of in a different place. So on that note, we've been bringing them individually to the bedroom, and when we do, these two, the boy and Beryl, now have been trained to just sort of snuggle with DJ, and that's all they want to do is just sort of hang out and snuggle up with DJ, which is nice for her. She rarely gets that. But then the girl's a little bit less that. She finally managed to start doing that yesterday, but most of the time she kind of wanders around and looks like she's trying to find her way out. We also tried to give them treats. I've got a bag of the greenies in there, not the solid greenies, the ones that have like the soft middle. But they're still too big for kittens, even as small as the treats are. So I crush them up a little bit, and I offered them to the kittens. And this one and the boy both went nuts for it once they tried it. They were like, oh my gosh, and they were snuffling around. They were looking for more everywhere they could. Whereas Cistern had that reaction like Flim Flam with the churu, where I kind of put the treat in her face and she sniffed it and then recoiled and like ran away and has not wanted to try one at all. But I'm happy to report that all three of them are eating very well from the food bowl. There, well, kind of a mess. Well, eating, I say very well, I mean, they eat a lot, not that they do it well, because as you can see, there's a mess everywhere over here from where they and their mom have just put food all over the place. But they are all eating, which is a really good sign that everything is going well, that they're weaning themselves slowly from mom. And now, even if we did want to separate them, not that we have any reason to do that, but I'm just saying that they basically are... I don't know how you define when somebody's fully weaned. When you have kittens, kittens, if they're around their mom and if mom lets them, they'll nurse until they're 6 months old, or if not more. At that point, they're not really getting nutrition from it. You just call it comfort nursing. But they'll nurse, as long as mom will let them. So if you consider weaning, then I guess you have to say weaning is when they can eat food on their own and, could sustain themselves that way if they had to. And by that definition, these guys are completely weaned at this point. They're ready to, eat food on their own. And although they love nursing with their mom, I don't think they really need it anymore to keep going. So that's good news. It might mean that it would be time for me to schedule this one for a spay and see if maybe that does anything for her spiciness levels. That would be an interesting thing to find out. She just reached out and tapped me on the hand. She's like, could I have some more of that, please? Yeah. Okay. Oh, hi. Okay, the boy is over here trying to end this stream. He's clicking things on my phone. Don't do that, pal. You might actually do that. What else can I tell you about these kids that you might have missed over the last few days? I guess not much. They're growing, they're playing, they're just active little kittens. Oh, litter box use is always a thing at this age. So they're about 5 weeks old now. And it is time for them to start litter boxing, but so far I haven't seen much evidence of that. Funny enough, the one that does the most litter box and the most taking care of herself, again, independent little Missy here, Cistern. Cistern is the one that has pooped near the litter box, not quite in the litter box, but she's pooped a few places around. She pooped in their birthing box, which is why all the blankets got changed. And then she started pooping, I think it's her that's been pooping over by the door, which is why we put the little kitten litter box there. And somebody just missed it and pooped just outside of the kitten litter box, and I think that was also Cistern. So she's the one that's got the most experience that way, too. Very independent, doesn't want mom to take care of her anymore, wants to be able to do her own thing. But as far as I've seen the other two so far, I haven't seen any sign that they've done anything on that particular issue. So I haven't seen any pee from them. I haven't seen any poop from them. You know that when kittens are little like this, or especially when they're younger than this, usually by now they are kind of starting to poop on their own. But mom takes care of all that. She cleans them, and by cleaning, that's sort of a euphemism for she eats their poops. That's what she does, and she also eats their pee. That's how they go. So it's no wonder I would be spicy too if I had to do all that. Thank goodness I don't. So they're at the age now where they should be figuring that out. In fact, if anything, they're a little bit behind in that department. Not that they're not having any trouble. They're on the usual scale, but I think by this time they get to 5 weeks, most of the kittens have already been kind of litter boxing, or at least lots of pee and poop everywhere around the room if they haven't figured out where to do it yet. But these kids, not so much yet. Maybe their mom is just really good at cleaning up when they poop places they shouldn't, and that's why I haven't noticed it yet. Or maybe it's just taking them a little bit longer to get on that track, which is fine too. All right, let me put this stuff back up so I've got a little more room to play with these kids and chat with you guys. I'm going to put both these up because I can't get this out with just my one hand. But I would like to put that out soon. That's very cool. And let's just do a little experiment here. Let's see what happens if I sit down in the beanbag chair. Let's see. Hi, kids. If they're not going to come to me, we'll get back up and go to them. Come here, kiddos. Come here. Hi. Come on. I'm fun. Come on up here. Come on. Oh, yeah, you too. Come on. There you go. See, like I said, if I sit down in the beanbag chair, she wants to come sit in my lap right away. And the only thing that makes her stop is if all of her kittens come up here and start trying to nurse on her. Sometimes she gets a little irritated by that and wants to go. But otherwise, it's pretty much my job to say, all right, that's enough, which is, it's nice. That's the way it is with the faculty a lot of the times, where the faculty will just want to sit on my lap and hang out and be petted for as long as possible. That cat is peeing right there. That's Beryl proving exactly what I said. And I should move her to the litter box. Come on, that's more important than snuggle time. I'm sorry. Okay, hang on right there. Let's do this right here instead. Come on. Oh, hang on. Hang on, do it right here. Here, I'm going to help her out, but I don't have enough hands or a tripod, so just watch the floor for a second. Maybe. Oh no, now they're all hitting the phone. What are you doing, kids? All right, well, I tried. I don't think she's going to do anything now, or did she? Did she already? I think she already finished. I got to go get a wipe now. For crying out loud. I tried. Whoops. Cats do. She's chasing me now like her mom does almost. Cats do eventually figure out litter boxes all on their own. If there's one around, I've never had a kitten that doesn't, eventually get on the right track there. But we can get them there faster if we pay attention to what they're doing. And when they start to pee in the wrong place, you move them to the litter box. Also, another thing that we do very often is put litter boxes where they pee, like this one by the door. So that if they have a spot where they like to go, they learn about the litter there sooner rather than later. Sorry about all that. I know it's hard for me to do this with one hand and clean up and all this stuff at the same time and talk to you. I'm trying, though. Then the last thing that we did, the reason I had to put the phone down, was when I put them in the litter box, sometimes what I'll do is take their little paws and sort of move them in the litter box like they're scraping, like they're digging, you know? And a lot of times that will actually stimulate them to start pooping or peeing there in the litter box. They get the idea real quick if you help them out that way. In this case, none of that seemed to get me anywhere. Oh, there's another poop and another pee. Maybe we need a litter box in here too, but for now, buddy, let me show you where the litter box is. Wow, okay, well, I was just saying I don't see much poop or pee from these two, and they've both done it during the stream. That's kind of what I'm talking about with the helping him dig, but he was already done too. Still, maybe he'll get the idea. I saw someone say that cat pee is more potent than dog pee. I don't know what potent means, but it is an interesting point as long as we're just having the pee and poop cast here today. It's an interesting point that, cat pee definitely has more of a smell to it, and the interesting thing, though, is that kitten pee is real innocuous. It really doesn't have much smell to it at all. Kitten pee is not like cat pee in that way. All right, now hang on. I'm going to try to reach in here with my hand and clean up this mess real quick. So I'm going to try to point this at something. Here we go. Can I do this and clean at the same time in the other direction? Huh. We're going to try anyway. Boy, if any of you are watching this on the other cameras, I'm sure it looks ridiculous. So yeah, kitten pee really doesn't have much smell to it at all. It's much easier than cat pee, which can be very stinky. That's why you got to empty those litter boxes every day. Hang on, just get one more wipe here. All right, there you go. All right, well, that's as good as we can do. How about all that for a stream? I hope that was entertaining. What are you doing back here? You almost found the litter box. You're right next to it. We don't normally show this much pee and poop stuff on the stream. But, you know, it's a special day. It's pee and poop day, I guess. Hi, kiddo. Hi. Hi, what are we doing up here? My hands are still covered in the Lysol wipe stuff, so these kids are probably like, I don't recognize you, you smell weird. Meow, meow, meow. Oh, here, I got a toy you like. What's this? My hoodie. My hoodie string. You want to play with that? And he's like, no, I want to go. You smell like Lysol, dude. All right, well, it's funny, you know, we always make jokes about how cats do the opposite of anything that you want them to do or anything you say. And it is just a joke. Cats can be trained and they can really be pleasers too. They can want to do exactly, you know, things to make you happy, just like you think of dogs as doing. So it is just a joke. But it's funny enough that I just finished saying I don't see them peeing or pooping anywhere yet. And then they both had to do it right immediately after I said that. Yes, both of you. Very contrary little kittens, aren't you? How are you going to get down from here? Oh, that's a long way for a kitten to jump. Why don't you climb down instead? Here, there you go. All right. Speaking of little Beryl being adorable, their mom knows how to open the drawers that I'm sitting on, these drawers. That's why I put the cheese in front of them, so she won't be able to open them anymore. But the other day, she opened them up, and Beryl climbed in there and was exploring around in the drawers after she opened them. Definitely a little explorer, this one. Silo, too, of course. He wasn't in the drawer as far as I saw, but he is also a little explorer. Let's see. I think you guys also know, of course, the older kittens are all gone now. Their adopters picked up the last ones this weekend. Flim Flam and Hoodwink both went together, and then Cahoots also went. Cahoots had a long way to go, like a 7-hour drive to Virginia, which is super cool. But she did great, and I hear that she's settling in really well at her new home, and has been. I think her adopters gave her like all of the toys and endowments to sort of play with at once, and she was apparently having a real good time with that. It's so generous of everybody that has sent so many things for these cats and kittens, and I know their adopters, all of them, not just Cahoots adopters, but all of them really appreciate that. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for that. It warms my heart when the adopters take the cats home, and then they're talking about, you know, how what a hit those things are, and how much they appreciate it, and how much the cats appreciate it, and it makes it all seem, well, I can't say all worthwhile, because that's not for me to decide. It's those of you who sent all that stuff to decide. But it certainly makes me feel good. The cheese is just a classic place for these kittens to play, isn't it? We get questions about it once in a while, as long as I'm just sort of rambling. The cheese is from a chain of stores. You know, they're like Walmart-type stores in the Midwest. It's called Meijer. It's spelled M-E-I-J-E-R, strangely enough, M-E-I-J-E-R, Meijer. They don't have them out here in Connecticut. But that's where the cheese comes from, and it's a store brand thing, so you can't really get them anywhere else. But probably most of you wouldn't want them anyway. They're too small for cats to play in. So, we'd never put them out for the faculty. The faculty wouldn't have anything to do with them. But they're perfect for little tiny kittens. And thanks, speaking of people to thank, people that still do live in the Midwest have sent us a whole bunch of cheeses. We got a stash of brand new unopened ones in the basement for future classes of kittens, once this one is a little bit too wrecked. I wasn't even going to put one out this time. I was thinking, we don't have to have it out for every class. There's plenty of other things around for them to play with. There doesn't need to always be a cheese. But then DJ, yesterday or the day before, she was like, hey, when are you going to give the kittens a cheese? So, all right. If she says so, then they're going to get a cheese. They certainly seem to like it. This is the used cheese from the last class, and you can tell. Hi, yes. Hi, their mom's over here talking to us at the same time. You're blocking the camera now, and little barrel's being totally cute. It's a cheese barrel. A cheese, no, I don't know. There's a Cracker Barrel joke there, but I'm not getting it. I was going to say cheese and Cracker Barrel. I don't think that works. There's not enough there. Anyway, you can tell it's used not just because it's a little bit beat up, but because the older classes had pulled the mice off. They come with little mice hanging in them, and so I tied a replacement mouse on there. That's my work there. Ellie, I saw you say, is this the only class? Yeah, right now, this is the only class of kittens that we have in. And we'll ask for new ones soon enough. I've already started cleaning the main room, and the room next door, the second annex, has been cleaned up and ready to go for a while. So it's not like we don't have the room right now for a new mom cat, but I was hoping to have just a little bit of time in between to work with Thimble a little bit more and see if we can sort of solve the mystery of Thimble. And if not, that's fine too. I won't take too long doing it. We'll probably get a new mom cat in a couple weeks at the very most. Hi. What are you trying to say, Beryl? You want to play with that. Yes, you do. So speaking of, I was just talking about how to sort of litter box train kittens and the tricks that we use. One of the things I'm going to do for sure is grab another temporary litter box from downstairs and put it in the bottom of this cage in that corner for them. So that, I think, will definitely be a good move. We got the sweet scoop that we used. I was talking, I think, in a close-up not too long ago about how we'd run out. But the new order came in, so I'm ready to go as far as that goes. These kids are so active, my goodness. I might have to take them out of here for just a little bit today in a carrier, and that way I can vacuum. They really mess this floor up fast. Of course, kittens will do that. It's not like there's anything wrong with that. It's just part of the development, but I don't usually expose kittens this young to the full force of the vacuum cleaner up close. That's very loud. So normally what we'll do is we'll put them in a carrier and just put them in the room across the hall for 5 minutes while I come in and vacuum. And I can tell sitting here that this room needs it again. I should probably do that right after the close-up and bring in the new litter box and maybe put out that tub. Speaking of, I think maybe you saw a little bit of this at the beginning. It's very cute that they've all decided to sleep on the beanbag chair. I think they do that because that's where I hang out with them. And then they're like, oh, well, this is where our dad sleeps, so this must be the good spot to sleep. I think it's very cute when they start sort of picking things up that I'm doing or sitting where I sit. Emily G's Music and More. Did the vet meet the kittens? They did. They didn't get as much chance to sort of ooh and ah over the kittens as they normally do because they're all quite busy with a big move. Our vet, Dr. Katz at Aristocats in Fairfield, they have been working for a long time now to build a new office. In fact, the doctor got to plan like most of how the layout is and all new equipment and furniture, and it's just like a brand new everything. It's wonderful. I'm so excited for her. And that move, although it's been coming for a long time, it's finally here. They might be moving right now. I know that we have the next appointment for these kids is on the 25th, and we will be there on the very first day of the opening at the new clinic, the new Aristocats vet location. I haven't seen it in person yet. I don't even really know where it is because I don't know the area very well. But I got to see a video of it. I think they even posted a video on their Facebook or their webpage that shows a little walkthrough while it's still being built. And it's very exciting. So I'm super glad that... I'm really glad for Dr. Katz. She's such a... I've mentioned it before. I couldn't say enough what a unique vet she is. She's so special, even among vets that are all good people. I've never met a bad vet, but I've also never had a vet that would have me, give me their number to call them day or night, that still makes house calls if you want. She charges a little extra for it, but she's always willing to make a house call. And she's just the hardest working, most sincere, perpetually available vet that I've ever known. And when I say, by the way, like give me her cell phone number and tell me to call her or text her anytime, she did that before she knew about Kitten Academy and what we were up to. So it's just something that she does that is, she's just so dedicated and real about it, So it's a case of, the whole new office thing is it couldn't happen to a better person. It's one of those things where you're just so glad to see someone who is doing everything right and succeeding. Like it gives you, it gives me anyway, a little bit of faith in the world, I guess. It's nice. Why are you just sitting here in the corner? It's kind of creepy, dude. It's very Blair Witch. It's a reference that just needs to be replaced. Oh, he's peeing. That's a weird way to pee, standing up. All right, you're still peeing. Let's carry you over here. Right here. Okay, there you go. That was a pee trail. Come on, pal. Wow, that was strange. Now I'm going to have to empty that box, too. Might be time for that whole box to go since you guys just use it as a litter box. All right. Well, look, we've been going for half an hour, and we've been going for, what is that, 4 Ps now? Yeah, that's how we're going to keep track of time now. So I should go clean that stuff up, all right? I think it's time to wash that whole thing, including the strawberry. I did not expect that to be a pee moment. I saw him just sitting there. I'm like, that's weird. Is he peeing? And then I thought, no, nobody pees like that. No cats do anyway. I guess lots of people do. Yeah, okay. Why don't you come on over here, buddy? Good job. I'm proud of you. I'm very proud of you. Yes. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Sorry that today was very scatological. I think that's the term, right? Lots of pee and poop talk. My apologies about that. We won't do that all the time. But these kids are definitely at that age where it's the number one concern. They've all learned to eat very well. Now it's time for the litter box lesson. And I guess, as you've seen, there is definitely a stage where you get pee and poo everywhere before they figure out the litter box. But they all do, eventually. And it's just up to me to see if we can get them there faster. And also clean up the messes in the meantime. So I'm going to get to it. Thank you again, everybody. Thanks for everything. Real nice to get a chance to say hi to everybody. And, well, I'll catch you next time. Doop. Yeah, Jay Donaldson. When you watch KA, you're in for a lot of surprises. That's I think that's TFP Tech, right? Thank you so much. That's a good line. I should have used that. I should have come up with that myself, but nice work. All right, I better get to it.